Hey, everybody, I'm your host, Kevin Hooks. Thank you for joining us today on another episode of Equity in Focus. Today, we have a special guest with us, travel writer and journalist, Rafael Peña. Known for his deep dives into luxury travel and cultural experience. Rafael, thank you for being here today and appreciate you joining us on Equity in Focus.
Oh, thanks for having me. I know it took a while to get together, but we're finally here.
Hey, listen, man, anything worth having is worth working for, right?
Got it. Yeah, absolutely.
So before we dive in, talk about who is Rafael Peña?
Wow. Who is Rafael Peña? Rafael Peña is a son, a father, a husband now. Uh, just someone who appreciates life for what it is and doesn't take any of his time for granted. I appreciate every day I wake up, and I, as of 2019, I just believe that there was more to life than continuing to work 9 to 5 for someone else, and wanted to discover, well, always looking to discover how far I could push my limits, just as a human being here on this earth, and try to be the best dad, husband, son that I can be while we're all alive.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful. I mean, we really got you here today to talk about the unique work that you do. Your journey into this world of travel, writing and journalism, experiences, etc. What focused you there? How did you get there?
Well, as I mentioned before, back in 2019, well, I used to live in New York City. I was a events coordinator for the UFT, United Federation of Teachers, as well as I did some administration for grievances for all the teachers in New York City. Not the easiest job to do, but I was also in events, nightlife and brunches and things of that nature in New York. So I realized that I was probably working like 100 hours a week, just to take home maybe like 150 to 180 grand a year. But I wasn't able to enjoy it except for maybe like 3 days every couple of months. I was able to go on a vacation, and even a vacation was more like domestic. I met this young lady off a dating app, and we got together, and we kind of had the same beliefs on work life balance, quality of life. And that woman eventually now just became my wife. So we both quit our jobs, and decided to move to Thailand. We moved to Thailand in 2019, and we stayed there for about 9 months, and then we traveled the world all the way until we got to South America. We got to Argentina, and right on my birthday in 2020, on March 14th, the world went on lockdown
That's right.
for COVID. So, yeah, we were in Buenos Aires for 4 months, and we were just stuck there. We were trying to figure out ways to just keep ourselves occupied, keep our mental running. I was documenting all of my trips, all my travels on my Instagram. Before it was really like a thing like it is now. I would write these very long captions, and people in my network, I guess they started referring me to other people, and then somehow it got word to Travel Noir that, hey, there's this guy. He's living in Thailand, and he's writing about it all the time on his Instagram. When it got to me, it started with just one article, and then I guess in a year later, when I got back to the States, I was just like, hey, I need something creative to do. Is there anything that you guys have for me? Because I wasn't trying to go back into the workforce.
Right.
I think a lot of people weren't. So I just reached out, and they said, hey, would you mind doing this part time, 2, 3 articles a week? This is what you need to do. And at first, I wasn't taking it as seriously because I had my event stuff. And then one day, it just as hard as the pandemic hit, people in New York weren't really going out like that, or anything of that nature. And I just said to myself, you know what? Let me take this writing thing seriously. Within 6 months, I was putting out maybe like 100 articles a month, just writing about all of my experiences, writing about new experiences, creating itineraries, writing about places to eat. I just went all in, and I always had a passion for writing and a passion for sharing my stories, just so that people that come from where I'm from, I'm just a kid from the Bronx. At the end of the day, that I lived in the projects, and then I was living next to Yankee Stadium, and all I saw was, what anybody in an urban community gets to see: poverty, drugs, and every once in a while some sunshine in the park. But other than that, I just wanted to be an example for people that are younger than me, people of color, people that are in that hustle of every day I got to make money. I'm not really living my life because I'm making money. I wanted to show all those people that, hey, there's other ways that you can live your life, and you can see things and experience things and still make a living for yourself in this world.
Most of the people in America, don't travel globally. Most of us don't have passports. What do you say to those people about what they're missing out on?
Well, for one, man, I would say get it together. Like, seriously, I don't understand a life without a passport. That's like not having a license in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's to me, it's just like I guess because travel means so much to me, it's at the forefront, and I understand everyone's, I guess, circumstances. For some people, they have their family unit, and it's not really that feasible for them to travel as much. However, if you're able to spend $3,000 taking a family of four to Disney World, I can show you ways that you can have a great island vacation for 2 weeks for $4,000 instead
Mhm.
of going to Disney World. Instead of going to that nightclub for your birthday and taking everybody out for about 5K for the same bottles that you get at the liquor store for $30. I can tell you, what I mean, hey, how about you spend that money in the Dominican Republic or in Brazil or Peru? You know what I'm saying? So I think a passport is vital. It's also vital for the young people to open their minds up, let them understand that there's more to the world than the 4 blocks that we see, or the trip to Walmart, trip to Home Depot. Like, there's just more to life. So I feel like a passport is the first step in getting it together for anyone that decides to watch this or is watching this. Yeah, man, it's vital. It's just as important as any form of ID that you need. And, go out there and get your passport. It's serious.
It's interesting, man. Like, especially for Black folk, it ain't about me, but my son is 19. He's been to 6 of the 7 continents. And once we were in Iceland and I ran into Snoop and went to a Snoop concert in Iceland. Talk about
Yeah.
some crazy experience that you've had that you can share with our audience.
Yo, that's extremely lit, and kudos to you for making sure that he travels all those continents. I think my son has more stamps than I do.
Right?
And yeah, but it's great. We're creating, we're molding develop people. You know what I'm saying? We're making sure that our future is in good hands. When these kids get to have these experiences, they have an understanding of what the world is like, because the economy is no longer just America. It's a global economy. Everything that we do, every time that we post on social media, but a real, like, impromptu experience that I could describe. I feel like, yeah, one time we were just in Thailand randomly, and I wasn't the type of person to, like, play and hang out with animals. And my wife brought it up to me, and she's like, "Yo, like, we could go see and watch the elephants." And I'm totally not, like, I'm not the X Games guy. I'm not the one that likes to
Right,
jump
right,
out the
right.
window or off the cliffs or anything like that. So I said, "Yeah, all right, we can do that." So we go to Chiang Mai, which is northern Thailand, which is where the mountains are. And they have this excursion where you get on a little bus, and we're headed to see the elephants. And these guys in Thailand, I don't know if you've been in Atlanta traffic, or if you're in Atlanta
Yes.
yourself, it's like 10 times worse than that. These guys are on the edge of a cliff. We're basically going on an incline like this just whipping around a mountain. And this isn't just 20 minutes of this. This is like 40 minutes of this.
Oh my
And I'm just
goodness.
like holding on for dear life on this school bus just so
Oh,
we could get to this side of the mountain where we can go see the elephants and wash them. But
wait,
all
wait,
that
hold up and
just
do what?
and basically we got there and we got to like wash the elephants. So
Like
they
car
give us
wash, soap and
a
water wash.
yeah, not so just have them in the water, I guess in like their own habitat
But I
and
mean, you're
somehow
touching
just
the elephant, brother. I'm trying to get to
yeah,
that point. Your hand touching an elephant.
yes,
That's
touching an elephant, feeding the elephant. His nose is like on my arm. You know what I'm saying?
no, brother.
I'm scared, disgusted, and having a good time all at the same time. Uh,
Hey,
yeah.
listen, for anybody watching this, if you have never stood next to an elephant, you don't appreciate the size, just how gargantuan those animals are.
Oh, and the texture, and then
Yeah.
I got to see like the little elephants and like all of these things. And I mind you, I'm not really into those type of things, but I was just
Oh,
like, it just shows you like, yo, get the hell out your comfort zone. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like, try this out. See what it's like. Because
Yeah.
you tell if you spoke to the kid from the Bronx 20 years ago, I'd have been like, F no. F the
Right.
elephant. I'm not going there. Like, let me spend my money here at the Yankee game or like I'm good. But that was an experience that I always remember. And it was plenty of those kind of things, new experiences when you're traveling. You just gotta go out there and just try it. New foods, new activities and things of that nature. And that's when you definitely getting your money's worth when you're out there experiencing the world.
Yeah, no, you listen, I agree with you 100%. But I think for the audience's benefit, help them understand how you could turn something that you're already clearly passionate about, like traveling the world, into a sustainable business where you get to eat every day off of your passion.
Um, man, I just got to say that, if it wasn't for God and manifestation, I don't believe I would be here. The fact that I get paid to write about this, I just feel like I'm blessed every single day. Even when I get mad at certain things, I'm just like, wow, like look at my life. It could be worse at any moment. You know what I'm saying? Or I could have been someone who didn't have an understanding that there was more to the world, and I would have still been in the projects back in the Bronx, just living my daily life in New York City, having that hustle and bustle. To get to the point where I'm making money off it is truly a dream. And all I can say is it takes a lot of consistency. It takes believing in what your personal brand is and just following through with it. You're gonna whoever is out there watching this or reading about this interview, you're gonna understand that you have to understand that, yeah, you can wake up tomorrow, start that blog, but it doesn't happen in just one day. It's every day, and then people begin to catch on, and just like I met Charu, and then I finally got connected to you. It's like that. You never know who's watching. You never know who's going to see it, and it's up to you to just be consistent. Whether you're creating content or just writing, it's just a matter of being consistent and doing it every single day, and then taking yourself to school, educating yourself, because I'm not the first person to do this. You know what I'm saying? I just happen to be black and in touch with the community, you know what I'm saying, and in touch with hip hop and in touch with, all these urban cultures, and I happen to be able to just create a lot of visibility for myself. And it's important for you guys to take your own networks and use it to your advantage and just let everyone know what you're doing now. We are more than what our jobs are. We are more than what we do for our families. We are always more than what's given to us, and it's up to us to just go out there, grab it, and embrace it. Like, this is who I am now. And with the internet, I mean, we're able to do these things like in a day. You know what I'm saying? If tomorrow I say I want to be a travel consultant, I build a website in an hour, I put it out there, I send it out to my social media, my LinkedIn, and boom, I'm a travel consultant. And anyone out there, whatever it is that you're doing, baking cookies, building websites, even opticians, people that make glasses or things like that. You can be the best at what you do. It's just a matter of branding and marketing yourself at a constant basis.
So I hear you talk about the importance of having to educate yourself, having to create a strategy for marketing, having to socialize your idea across various, platforms and landscapes. Talk about the importance of scaling. I know you mentioned Travel Noir, but I also know you've written for like Black Enterprise and other places. Talk about how you scale it that way.
Yeah, so my writing career started at Travel Noir, but before I even got to Travel Noir, I was very active in entertainment industry in New York City, and just that whole promoting and nightlife. I had a very strong network, and I was able to use my network to my advantage, and it got me to this point. However, learning when I became a writer, it's not just a matter of putting something on a Word doc and sending it in. Now writers have to learn SEO. They have to learn, when to post, when to market. Um, there aren't that many writers that do create as much visibility for themselves, especially in the travel industry, like I do for myself. And I saw that niche. I used all the skills that I learned from all the other industries, and I applied it to my writing career. So just because you do write for a popular brand or that your entity becomes popular, it doesn't mean that you stop there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, now I'm currently at Black Enterprise, but part of my pitch to get into Black Enterprise is like, hey, I'm very active on my social media. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I have email blast, that I produce. I know a lot of people that could be integral to interviewing for Black Enterprise, and it's all about using all the little things that we know how to do. Like, don't discredit all of your skills. You know what I'm saying? What I like great about an interview that I saw Erica Badu on, I think it was either CNN, but it was that guy Ari, the one that includes all the hip hop.
Yep.
MSNBC it was actually, and what Erica Badu said, she's like, "Yo, if you're a shoe shiner, go out there and just be the best shoe shiner in the world, and let everyone know that you shoe shine." You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And I think I applied that methodology to my writing career. You know what I'm saying? And I've expanded that into public speaking and creating little consulting practices where people can sit down with me and ask me questions about travel and how to become digital nomads. So yeah, all of that comes with education and me going on YouTube and continuing to learn how to make how to create more streams of revenue, how to create more content, how to use the content that I've already created to create more content. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I attribute to, the education part of it all is never be afraid to continue to learn. No matter how old you are, you have to continue to learn. And that's how you create a lifestyle where you're not dependent on your job to dictate when you get paid or when you decide to, take that trip that you want to take, or, when your kid can have the finances he needs to take that football practice or take that class that you want to take him to on the weekends. You know what I mean? We have to become self-sufficient as a people. And I do see that more and more with this generation, and the generations to come. They're definitely more successful. They're definitely learning more, and they're using the internet to their advantage expeditiously, like T.I. likes to say. Yes.
Listen, man, the learning journey, as you mentioned, it's lifelong. So that being said, and before we get out of here, I need you to respond to this simple question. So talk about one of your favorite places to visit, and then talk about a place that you haven't been that you just have to go to next and why.
Okay, this is great because this is stuff that me and my wife talk about every single day. Because we are travel junkies, and so far my latest favorite place was Peru, and we actually didn't get to go to Machu Picchu. What we like to do is always find places that are off the beaten track that a lot of people don't really visit. And
To be honest, you ain't really trying to hike that mountain.
no, yeah, if my finances were a little better, I would just get a chopper and
That's
just drop
exactly
me
how to do
off.
it.
Yeah, and get right back on the chopper and take me to the restaurant.
That's right.
Uh, but one day,
Fair
I
enough.
believe I'll get there. I believe I'll get there. Um, I definitely love Peru, and there's this coastal city called Punta Sal, and we went there and we had the time of our lives. It was secluded from the rest of the world. We were at this I'm gonna call it like a mini resort where there was only 8 other villas in the whole place, and there's 3 staff members that cater to you the whole time. And literally, I walked out into the beach, and if I tell you that we only spent maybe $1,300, and we were there for 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Just walking out into the beach, falling asleep to the waves, and literally we had TV, but like we didn't even turn it on. It didn't matter. We didn't have to leave that area at all. They catered to us, and it was at a fraction of the cost. And that literally became one of our favorite places in the world. And actually, it just zoomed up to number 1 because at number 1 for a long time was Thailand, but now this place is really a gem. And it kind of made me understand how you get those people that constantly visit the same place
Mhm.
because they just love the
I love it.
experience.
Yeah.
And this actually became that place for us. Now, the next location that I'm interested in seeing, man, that's a hard one because it's just so
Okay.
many.
Yes.
I definitely want to do Maldives, and that's more for the whole like just the island experience of it all.
Tranquility.
Yeah, it just looks like the epitome of
Yeah.
island beauty. And the other place that I want to go to is Croatia, because
Mhm.
just because it
Yeah.
has like all those elements of Europe that you want, and then they also have all the water elements because I'm very much a beach guy. My parents are from the Dominican Republic, so that's kind of like ingrained in me. I When I get to a beach, my body just feels like I'm at home. This is where I'm supposed to be. Chopping a coconut up, drinking a drink, little grilled fish coming to me. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
love it.
those kind of experiences. But yeah, Croatia is definitely on the map for me coming up. Hopefully this year I get to check it out.
No, that's perfect, man. And so before we get out of here, how do we find you? We want to follow your travels, keep in touch with you. How does the audience do that?
Well, the best way to find me is I guess Instagram for all those who are just like want to see and want to peek into my life. It's great.
What's
Uh,
your handle?
my handle is I am Rafael Peña. So whatever you see my name is, wherever he puts it over here or up
Uh-huh.
there, just put I am. And all of my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram. I just started getting into TikTok. It's all I am Rafael Pena. My LinkedIn for the professional people out there looking to collaborate, partnerships, panels, whatever it is that you guys are interested in. Please reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'm on that like white on rice.
Yeah.
It's a great networking tool, and I use it to constantly promote myself and the things that I'm doing. Coming up in the next couple of weeks, I have a lot of trips, but most importantly, I'll be speaking in Seattle on April 6th. Well, in the Seattle area, the actual location is in Tacoma, but you'll see that on my Instagram as well. I'll be marketing that, and just a talk on Black luxury travel. And as I mentioned before, I am Afro Latino, so I'll be speaking at the Latino Travel Fest in June 1st in Elizabeth, New Jersey, and that's a great experience. It's open for everyone, even though it's called Latino Travel Fest. We talk about content creating. We talk about making money while we're traveling out there, for the digital nomads out there. We have so many things in store, and I just want you guys to experience. And feel free to reach out to me, as well as my email is I am Rafael Peña at gmail.com.
Yo, listen, brother, it's been a great conversation, and I really appreciate you letting this world know that, Black folk can travel too, and we can actually experience things, and, we're not homogenous. When you see us, we're not afraid of the beach. We actually get in the water. There's a lot of things that we
Yeah,
actually,
we
let's,
can
let's,
swim, you know what I'm
let's,
saying?
let's dispel those myths. I appreciate that. But no, I appreciate it. And so, as we get out of here, I want to make sure that everybody knows, that, this luxury travel world is a place, where you can really expand your horizons and get to know a little bit more about this world that we live in as it shrinks so that we can keep being players in that space. So thanks, Rafael, for joining us. That wraps up another enriching episode of Equity in Focus. And I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to you, brother, because your incredible journey and insights in the world of luxury and travel are something that should be shared with the world. So it's been a pleasure. And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in once again. And until next time, keep exploring the world through the lens of equity and inclusion. I'm your host, Kevin Hooks, signing off.